everybody. Welcome to my home studio. My name is Jane Fairorth. I'm one of the teachers at West End Yoga in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. For those of our students that follow us here, we're so glad that you do. We all miss being in the studio. We miss seeing you there. We miss just being in the physical space of the studio so we can be with you. Hopefully you are still with us here, practicing away, doing some meditation, moving your body, just getting out of your head, getting into your body. Now I know that for myself, I practice at home a lot by myself. That's how I work on the sequences that I'm going to teach. So a lot of what I do here will be basically the bones of what would happen before I give a class in a live setting. So hopefully you'll be able to follow along and you'll enjoy them. They are shorter in length. They're usually around 30 to maybe 40 minutes long. So maybe we'll just get in there, hit it hard, and do yourself a savasana and move on with the rest of your day. Today's flow will be flowy. So maybe you're feeling a little stuck. Maybe you've been sitting at your desk for quite a while, or maybe you've been on some video conference calls, or who knows, maybe you're just sitting on the couch watching a lot of movies and you want to move your body a little bit. So that's what it's going to be today. So find yourself a comfortable seat. Anything that has your sitting bones down on the ground, or maybe you want a blanket if you prefer, and the crown of your head high up to the sky. So you've got the apana, the energy of the grounding in your sitting bones, in your pelvis, seated on the ground. You've got the energy of prana, the rising energy, through the bony bits of your spine to the crown of your head, way up high. You've got the energy of Vyana, the spreading wide. Move your collarbones wide, offer up your heart. You've got the energy of Samana, the hugging in. Keep your low ribs knitted together. So all of these properties of energy are happening in your body at the same time. Now let's add some movement, maybe some circular patterns. One direction, then the other. Move it around. Maybe let your head go back and you drop your chin down. Really get into the motion of this. And now maybe sway it a little bit side to side. This does not have to have a whole lot of control around it. Just let it flow. Maybe bring arms forward or around, whatever it is. Whatever you want to do. Eventually, broaden the collarbones, drop the head back, and then go the opposite direction. Press your spine behind you, drop your chin to your chest. Take a big full breath in, push the air out. Roll over your knees, come into tabletop. Maybe a couple of cat and cows here. Could be traditional cat-cow with the inhale and the exhale. Maybe you add a little bit of sway side to side. Whatever you want to do, you're just loosening things up. Today you can be a little less concerned with the alignment and a little more free in your flow. Reach your right arm forward, your left leg back. Full breath in to get long. Exhale, contract the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, expand. Exhale, pull to the center. Inhale, reach to the edges. Pull to the center once again. Reach it out. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you pick the right foot up off the ground just a couple of inches. You'll probably be wobbling. Whoa, and then both hands and knees down on the ground. Take a full breath in, let it out. Left arm forward, right leg back. Reach it far. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, pull to the center. Inhale, reach it to the edges. One more time, contract. Stretch it wide. Either stay right here or pick the Left toes up off the ground just slightly, balancing on the right palm and the left knee. And then back to a traditional tabletop. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Whatever kind of movement you like here. Maybe it's lifting a leg. Maybe it's just pedaling one leg then the other. Could be swishing your heels from side to side. Big breath in. Push the air out. Look forward, feet to hands. Hanging forward fold can soften your knees as much as you would like. Heavy head, easy neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let the spine get longer with this inhale breath. Take all of the length with you towards the ground as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. Just a few sun A's here to get the body warmed up. You can choose to keep the toes tucked, or you could drop the knees at any time. Take a big breath in. Shift forward as you exhale and all the way down to the ground. Wrists right underneath elbows. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, press through tabletop, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Let it out. Look forward, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. Again, choose whether you are tucked toes or the knees on the ground. Big breath in. On your exhale, shift forward, down, either to chaturanga low plank or all the way to the ground. Inhale, maybe it's cobra, maybe it's lifted cobra. Through tabletop, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Let it out. Look forward, feet to hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. 10 fingers to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Last one. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back. High plank, low plank, upward facing, downward facing. That little bit will be, I will call a vinyasa through the rest of the class. You can choose to do vinyasas when I call them, or you can always go straight to down dog if you prefer. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, pull forward, shoulders right over the wrists. Inhale, all the way up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, pull it in, take it up and back. Exhale, knee comes forward, foot down between the hands, drop the left knee down to the ground, come all the way up for a lunge. This is a press forward of the hips in this lunge. So if your right knee is forward of your ankle, that's okay. You've got the back knee down on the ground. Everything's fine. Reach the arms up. This is a back bend that happens between your shoulder blades, not so much in your low back. Think about it right here, as if you were laying back on a bar. Fingertips down to the ground, half splits. Right toes to the sky, hips towards your left heel. A block makes this pose way more accessible for me. I can keep the broad collarbones and the closed low ribs as opposed to a rounded back. So if that's the same for you, grab a block. If you don't have blocks at home, books work equally well. And then tuck the toes. Tuck the left toe, lift the hamstring up. Step back to plank. Lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale to your back bend, whether that's cobra, lifted cobra, or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Big breath in. Let it out. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, pull forward. Inhale, stretch it up and back. On the exhale, pull forward till your shoulders are right over your wrists. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Foot down between the hands. Drop the right knee to the ground. Come up for your lunge. And press forward into this lunge. Reach the arms all the way up. And then open the arms wide. Half splits. Left toes towards the sky. Grab the block if that works better in this pose for you. Try and keep the right hip stacked directly over the knee. You might need to move your left foot forward to accommodate that. Use a block or some books if it makes the floor feel closer. And then come forward, tuck the right toes, lift the hamstring to the sky, step back to plank. Choose whether you're going to chaturanga or all the way to the floor. Big breath in. As you exhale, a little bit forward. This is chaturanga. This would be the floor. Inhale to your back bend. Cobra, lifted cobra, or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Full breath in. Let it out. Look forward, feet to hands. Hanging forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to Utkatasana, fingertips high towards the sky. Your fingertips are a diagonal line towards your hips. Your hips are a diagonal line, an invisible diagonal line towards the back edge of your mat. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, slowly draw the arms back. Nice. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, swing it back. Try to keep the hips neutral and steady. Inhale, up. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa or straight to down dog, your call. Inhale, breath, right leg lifts high. Exhale, pull towards the right elbow. Take it up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull towards the left elbow. Take it up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Plant the foot right between the palms. Come up for crescent lunge. Now this is a crescent lunge where the right knee is directly over the ankle. I recommend a bend in the back knee as well. You can make this a big bend with the knee all the way down on the ground, or maybe it's just a bend where your knee's hovering. Maybe you're up a little higher, but definitely have a bend in your back knee. This will allow for a tall spine where you can stack all of the bones appropriately on top of each other. Beautiful. Cactus arms as well. With an inhale breath, straighten everything up, nice and slow towards the sky. As you exhale, you pull everything down with control. Inhale to get tall, long, stretch it up. Exhale. Exhale, hug down towards the ground. One more time all the way up. Exhale, pull down. Hands to heart center. So you're hugging things into the center line, straight through your spine, on the front side of your body and the back side of your body. You're pulling it into the center. Now you can hop a little bit, giving weight from the left foot to the right. And when you feel like your right foot's got it, can take the weight, move into airplane. Now if a block or the book makes you feel more secure in airplane, grab the block. Continue to lift through the hamstring of the left leg. Bend the right knee, back to crescent lunge. Adjust your stance widthwise and lengthwise. Again, keep the bend in the back knee if this helps you maintain a really long, tall torso. It's almost as if my shoulder is directly over my left knee. Cactus arms once again. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, twist towards the right. Use the inhale to come to the center. Exhale to twist to the right. It's almost like a balancing act. Come back to the center. One more time, twist. Back to center. Both hands down. Take the right leg up and back. Bend your knee and open your hip. Straighten the legs, square the hip, foot to the ground. Way up high to the tippy toes, out to high plank. Move through vinyasa. Landing down dog. Left leg lifts high on an inhale. Exhale towards the left elbow. Inhale up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards the right elbow. Three-legged dog. Knee to nose. Foot down between the hands. Stack things up. Left knee over the ankle. Right hip over the knee. Firming things up so you're pulling the hips towards each other, closing the low ribs towards each other, broadening the collarbones. Point the headlights of your hips directly forward. Cactus arms. So the inhale, nice and slow, rise up. The exhale, pull everything back down and control. Inhale, up. Exhale, pull down. If you're looking for more effort here, you would drop the knee really close to the ground. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, pull down. Hands to heart center. Now, you shift the weight where you're sharing it from the right leg to the left. When you feel like the left leg's got it, tilt forward into airplane. Feel like the arms forward for warrior three, completely fine, completely your call. If you want to block underneath your hand for more stability, totally fine. Lift from the smile of your butt on the right side. And back to crescent lunge. Oops, oops, oops. Adjust your stance widthwise, lengthwise. Cactus arms once again. Big breath in. As you exhale, twist towards the left. The inhale moves you to the center. The exhale for the twist. Back to center, both hands down. Three-legged dog, bend your knee, open your hip. Straighten the legs, square the hip, foot to the ground. Big breath in, let it out. Again, take air in. Let it out. One more time. Full breath in. Release. Look forward, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale up to stand. 10 fingers to the sky. Utkatasana. One more time, chair pose. It's the chair that you will never actually sit in because it's not really there. Come up way high to your tippy toes. So this will absolutely fire up your thighs. Inhale to reach the fingertips up. Keep your heels lifted as you drag your arms back. The slower you go, the more you'll get out of it. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to swing the arms back. One more time, up. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa or straight to down dog, your call. Full breath in. Push the air out. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, pull forward. Shoulders right over wrists. Plant the foot down between the hands, warrior two. Again, adjust your stance widthwise and lengthwise. Some schools of thought would have you line up the right heel to the left heel. Some schools of thought would have you line up the heel to the inner arch of the left foot. Some schools of thought, sometimes for me, I match up my right heel with almost the toes of my left foot. So it depends on how closed or open your hips are. Play with it. See which works best for you. One thing that is for sure, the right knee is over the right ankle. There is pressure in the outer heel and the inner big toe of the left foot. Flip your front palm, radiate the warrior. Keep your legs exactly as they are and move to extended side angle. Again, reverse the warrior. Extended side angle. Reverse the warrior. Extended side angle one more time. This time you can hold it for a few breaths. Long diagonal line from the outer edge of your left heel all the way up to your left fingertips. Reverse warrior. This time you can straighten the front leg. Stretch the pose open. Come up through neutral. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Hold it here. You really want this to stay open. It's going to want to roll forward. See if you can keep it open. When you can't hold it any further and it wants to turn into the pose, that's where you stop. Drop your right arm down, lift your left arm up. Might not look like you think, but now your hip is really open while you're doing this. Okay, half moon pose. So maybe a block is your best friend here, or those set of books. Again, start sharing the weight from the left foot to the right. When your right leg's got it, you can lift way up into the pose. Maybe you still have your fingertips on the block. Maybe you're trying to do that without. Maybe you bring your left hand to your left hip and roll it open again. And standing splits. to the mat, way back behind you, and fold forward into the center of the long edge of your mat. And soften your knees here. This should be restorative. Maybe you want to sway your body side to side. You could move the hands with you. Turn the left toes to face the head of the mat on the opposite edge. And step back. Vinyasa or straight to down dog, your call. Big breath in and out. Lift the left leg high to the sky. Slowly knee to nose. Shoulders right over wrists. Foot down between the hands. Whole of the right foot comes to the ground, warrior two. Set yourself up. Lengthwise, widthwise, whatever's going to work to give you this stable base. We'll be here for a number of breaths, probably about 20 or 25 breaths. So maybe even longer than that. So you definitely want to give yourself a stable base to work with. This is the heavy part of your body. This is the light part of your body. The more you give the energy here, the more you can have the freedom here. Good. Arms reach wide. Commit to this position of your legs. Flip the front palm, radiate the warrior. Come through to extended side angle. Try and keep the lower half of your body as is. Nothing changes. Reverse warrior. Can still feel the outer heel of the right foot and the inner big toe. And then back through to extended side angle. Use the inhale, reverse warrior. And the exhale for extended side angle. Reverse warrior one more time. Stretch it all the way back. Big open left side body. Come up through neutral. Hold the right hand onto the bony ridge of your right hip. Reach forward for triangle. When the right hip wants to roll into the pose, that's it. That's all you got. Drop the left arm down. Reach the right arm up. If you can maintain the hip open, you might be able to slide more deeply into the pose, but it's got to be with this open hip. Okay, so for half moon, going to share the weight. You're shifting it from the right leg to the left. Maybe you take a couple of hops to do it. But when you feel like your left leg's got it, let it have it. Maybe move the right hand to the hip and open it up. Check in with your standing knee. If you're locking it, soften it. Maybe take the fingertips off the block. And standing splits. Drop the right foot down. Fold forward into the center of the long edge of your mat once again. Maybe sway side to side, move the hips. Getting a stretch on the inner thigh line. Giving a little relief to the hamstrings. And shimmy your feet so they are closer together. Come to stand for a tree pose. So first, all together, let's find Tadasana or mountain pose. Your feet are about hip width distance. For most human beings, that's about 6 to 8 inches in between your feet. It is as if you want your feet in this part of your hips, not out here, but right here. This is hip width distance. So it's generally speaking a lot closer than people think it is. All right, soften the knees slightly. So there's just a slight buoyancy in the knees. Feels like there's still, the heavy part of your body is from the hips down. This gives you the power and the strength to be tall and long through the torso. So you've got all that happening now. Move your arm bones back a little bit, close your low ribs. Pretend you're holding an orange underneath your chin. This is a pretty good Tadasana. Keep the left foot where it is, and you can choose whether you want the right heel to kickstand into the ankle. Maybe it's the shin, maybe it's the thigh. Whatever it is, there's as much energy on the inner edge of your left foot as on the outer edge. If you want to sway this, go ahead. And then release. Once again, give yourself a full Tadasana on purpose. Buoyancy in the knees, the heaviness of the pelvis, the lift, the lightness, the prana energy, the rising energy of the torso and the crown of your head. Choose where the foot is at the ankle, the calf, or the thigh. Any of those places is fine as long as you're avoiding your standing knee. Now, be clear about weight in the outer heel and in the inner big toe of your right foot. Be sure you feel both of those things equally. If you like to sway, sway, go ahead. If you want to hold this more statically, that's fine as well. One more inhale, and release the pose. 2 feet down on the ground. And now you can come to sit. You can sit on the long edge of your mat, and feet down on the ground. Use your hands behind your thighs, and slowly roll yourself down, all the way down. Hug your knees to your chest. Give them a good squeeze. If happy baby sounds good to you, have happy baby. You can either take the insteps of your feet from the outside like this. If that feels really far away, this is a great way to do happy baby. Just the hands behind your thighs, like right at your knees. It's another great way to do it. And then feet on the ground for a flowing bridge. Start with your arms long, palms facing the ground. Feet about hip width distance. So once again, your feet are about 6 to 8 inches apart. Inhale breath, lift the hips, lift the arms. At the very top of your inhale breath, the backs of your hands rest on the ground. As you exhale, slowly lower everything down. You're trying to synchronize the laying down of your hips and your pads of your fingers at the bottom of your exhale. Inhale to go up, backs of the hands touch the ground. Exhale to come down. You can move through this a few more times. If you prefer to have a little bit of a passive shoulder opener, leave your arms here and your hips up, and maybe grab opposite elbows. And then come back down. Hug your knees into your chest once again. Drop the left foot to the ground. Right ankle crosses over the left knee, a reclined half pigeon pose. So you pull the legs towards you and hold behind your left thigh to pull your left thigh in. Use your right hand on your right thigh to move your right thigh away at the same time. So the left leg pulls in as much as the right leg pushes away. Your shoulders and your neck should be nice and easy. Flexion in both ankles is desirable. Keep the breath flowing. And release. Move the right leg around. Maybe side. Right foot comes on the ground, left ankle crosses over, flexion in both ankles. Pull the right leg up. Right hand behind the right thigh, left hand on the left thigh. Avoid the knee of your left leg. Pull the right leg towards you as you push the left leg away. This is where the juice comes in and giving your left hip a little bit of love. For some people, hip openers do not necessarily feel like love in the moment that you're doing it, but I promise you, hip openers are so good for you. And then hug your knees into your chest, give them a good squeeze. Now drop your knees to the right, your upper body to the left. Simple twist, nice and easy. Come back through center, and the knees go to the left, the upper body to the right. Through center, hug the knees in one more time. Legs long, Savasana. So for Savasana, I don't give a whole lot of physical cues. I would say make yourself extremely comfortable. Release certainly the physical weight of your body to the ground below you. And now your thoughts. If you have thoughts that are weighing heavily on your mind, can you let them drift by as if they were clouds? They don't really stop. You don't have to focus on any of them right now. Just let them drift by. They'll come back. You can let go of your emotional body. Soften that, ease that. Take a slow breath in. Soften your jaw and let it out. Movement in your body wherever it's invited. Could be small, could be large. Eventually move your head side to side. Stretch your whole body long, fingertips far away from your toes. Hug your knees into your chest. Move over to whichever side of your body makes the most sense. And come to a seated position. Just a moment of quiet contemplation. If you are like me right now, you're feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit static, this is a great practice for that. It'll just get your body moving, get you a little bit out of your head and a little bit into your feet and your arms and your shoulders and your low back and your thighs. Everything's going to get moving. So hopefully this worked for you if you were feeling stuck. Right now we cannot be in the studio and we are offering these classes for free, but we have a website for donations. If you are feeling able and willing, you can visit patreon.com/westendyoga. That is patreon.com/westendyoga. I hope to see you soon. Have a great day.